on an adventure while I interview the drummer from the local band, Sins of Man. His name's Envy, and we have lots of stories to get through and questions to ask him, and I hope you all enjoy. They're a metal/rock band, heavily influenced with Japanese culture. He could explain more about what that means, and we're just gonna have stories about the band. I've been a friend for more, and it's gonna get creepy, it's gonna get weird, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi, I'm Envy from Sins of Man and fill-in drummer for 7 Days Lost. What do you want me to say?
Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Here to interview Envy. You guys might not know him, but he's from a local band. They specialize in metal and visual kei.
Visual
right?
K.
Visual K. Alright. Makeup, as you could tell, he wears it, and usually that's not normal for the males. Why do you wear makeup, and when did you start wearing it?
I wear makeup because it's something I've been around my entire life. As my earliest memory of music is like listening to Rob Zombie in my dad's truck going to school. So I mean, it's kind of just been ingrained in me since I could talk. So it's just something that I've always been around. My dad's band, 7 Days Lost, they dress up. So I just kind of do the same thing there, and it's just something I decided I was going to do in the band since the start, even when none of the other guys wanted to do it. So
When did your dad start wearing makeup? Do you know?
I guess the 80s, whenever he started his first band. I don't exactly remember the first band's name. I think it was Roxy or something like that. But
Roxy.
yeah, they didn't. It was like a glam band. Then he started Wicked Ways. And, it was kind of like the 90s, so like grunge was taking over. So they were kind of the oddballs, still doing glam. But he's in 7 Days Lost now, and that's kind of more, I guess. I mean, people tend to think that he's in a black metal band because of how he looks now. But
Yeah, I could get that because of Yeah. Okay, what was your first reaction with it? Did you ever ask him questions on why he did it, or did you kind of just get used to it?
I never asked him questions. In fact, I don't really remember questioning it at all because it was just something that was, I guess, normal,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd go to shows and it was normal for me to see me doing stuff and see the other guys in the band dressed up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would probably scare a normal 10-year-old, but when it's a normal thing in your life since you could remember, it's just part of you, I guess.
Yeah, and I also noticed that you have your nails painted, and you told me a while ago you started doing that when you were a kid. Did you ever, people question it, or did you ever have any comments about that?
Yeah, all the time, actually. Yeah, like when I was in, I didn't start doing it till middle school.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I didn't do it today all the way. When I switched middle schools, that was where it kind of people would ask questions, and I just did it. I didn't care what people thought because it's just something I saw my dad do it. I saw Rob Zombie do it.
Yeah.
So it was just normal. Either that or people would pick on my hair, but
Yeah.
it didn't faze me.
And you started growing out your hair at what age? Did you always have it long?
10. I started growing it out at 10.
Have you ever had the worst experience putting on makeup, or when you started learning it at all?
I got the liquid eyeliner in my eye.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That sucked. Thought it looked cool though afterwards.
Afterward. Alright, so before you go on stage for a performance, since you are the drummer, do you have a ritual or special tradition before you enter the stage?
I get nervous before we go on stage.
Get nervous?
I get really nervous.
How do you deal with that?
You just let it, you just kind of try to ignore it. I mean, because I've been doing shows for almost 3 years now, since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it gets a little bit easier as time goes on. Like my first show, I remember, wanting to like throw up because it was like I did not want to play in front of people. I think the last time I was super nervous was when we opened for Loca back in July. That was where I was really nervous. But once since I started the show, I hit the first note and it goes away.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You also, now that you brought it up, you performed with an actual Japanese band from Japan. How was that?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely something I never really thought I'd ever get to do, or even let alone get to watch them perform, because, being over there is like so expensive for those bands to tour, and really any band that's not from the States, it's hard for them to come over here because it was an honor. I mean, really, to talk to them too. I mean, even though there was a language barrier, like the guitar player, we still had a pretty big conversation. We talked about like music, tattoos, everything.
Oh, that's cool. How long does it take you to get ready for a show? Outfit, hair, makeups, nails, stuff like that?
Well, makeup takes me a while. Usually there's someone that wants to do it for me, but like one of my friends. But since they all have jobs too now, they can't get the time off work. They just ditch me. So I just learned to do it myself, and it usually takes me a good 30 minutes. I always do it before we even leave the house, because usually like trying to do it in a dark venue sucks.
Yeah. And what's the most memorable thing that's happened at a show?
Oh man. I don't know. Oh, okay. Actually, it's nothing exciting. But when we opened for Kissing Candace last year, that was a pretty cool moment, because I was looking to the right where we were playing at. The stage is like how you get on the stage is to the right, and I looked over to the right, and Joey, the singer for Kissing Candace, was there, and they wear masks and all that stuff, and he's a big New Yorker, so he's like this, and he's got head to toe in tattoos, and I just see him watching, and and he's you could tell he was kind of vibing to the songs, because he was nodding his head a little bit. But it was cool. It's not like we started a wall of death or anything our first time, but it was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have mosh pits or anything break out at your shows?
I think we try, but again, I think it's, I don't know.
Just not big.
I don't know. I mean, our guitar player got clocked in the face.
Yeah,
the last
I
show.
Heard about that. He went to the ER or something.
Yeah, he was probably a little dramatic about it. But,
dramatic.
No, usually there's no mosh pits. People tend to mosh to the weirdest things ever. I mean, I've seen people mosh to like weird country rock, but they won't mosh to my band or 7 Days Lost. It's really weird.
Well, there you have it, people. Country rock. Get a moshing, Do you support moshing, or do you mosh by yourself, or?
I did once. When I totally sound like a hipster on that. I don't really, because when I go to a concert, I like to watch the bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one time we went to the Whiskey A Go Go in California for to go see 7 Days Lost perform. This was before my band. So I was only 15 at the time, and we went and watched them. And my uncle was there, and he's a bit of a bad influence on me sometimes. He told me to go in, and so I went in because I was like, well, I'm in California, I might as well do it. And so I did, and I knocked a fat guy over, or a head, and his and my uncle says I kicked, but he spilled his beer on me.
That's great. Okay, do you have like a craziest memory or something happening that's totally like outlandish, or just someone weird in the crowd that you wouldn't expect at a metal show?
I guess weird, like, I don't know, weird. I can't think of someone. I've never seen someone weird at a rock show or a
No
metal
one
show.
weird.
Because there's all kinds of weird people, but I mean, to see something really weird that stands out, that's tough to.
I've seen lots of strange things in a metal show.
I don't
Yeah.
see it on stage apparently, but I guess the Karate Kids, those guys are weird because they throw their arms about. And
Oh my god. No karate in the. Where did this name Sins of Man come from?
Yeah. Well, Ryan sacrificed a goat.
Okay. And your name's Envy. Can you give some background on that? How do you pronounce it in Japanese? That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. For the people that don't know, I use the Japanese kanji. It's kind of influenced by, well, obviously, I wanted to stage music, but originally when we started Sins of Man, we changed our name to Sins of Man. We're going to use the Seven Deadly Sins as our stage names, and mine just kind of stuck. I didn't want to change it again, so I used the Japanese kanji. Excuse me if I mispronounce it, but it's Singo or something like that.
You don't even know, and it's your name.
Well, it's hard to pronounce these
Wow.
words because there's
Excuses.
there's different things. that come-
Excuses?
Yeah.
You need to. You are heavily influenced by Japanese culture, as you could tell. He has tattoos and such like that, as a lotus and Japanese shrines. Why are you so influenced by that, and why does your band take part from that?
I guess it's just something different, you know. When we were starting the band, I had no clue of any of this back a long time ago. So back in like 2014, I was in summer school. This is, it's funny. I was in summer school, but I did all my work, so I'd have a bunch of time to kill. So eventually, I mean, people are probably gonna laugh whoever's seen this, but I was listening to baby metal a lot. And I still have the poster and everything. It came with the magazine, so that was my first
Oh my God.
I didn't like all the songs. There was one that they had that I was like, holy, this is cool.
They were like younger at that time,
I think,
weren't they?
I think,
Or are they
no, I
older
think
now?
they
I
were
don't know.
14.
At the time.
It doesn't matter. So I would do my work, and eventually I was like, let's see what else is in Japan, and I didn't. And then that's when I found Darren Gray, Dim Lim, all those guys. I was like blown away by it. I couldn't understand what they're saying. It was just something that, I guess changed me, I guess, because then I was like, well, I want to look like this. I want to look like that. And, and I've always been into Japanese culture. I wasn't aware of Japanese rock. My stage name comes from two. Is actually an anime, Fullmetal Alchemist. The character Envy. So that's just kind of where it came from.
When you first started the band, what was your intentions of where it would go, and what message it would send?
Where it would go? Well, I guess because we spent so damn long in the garage just to get out and play shows. Now that we're doing that, I mean, we've done a lot the last 2 years. I mean, but we keep obviously adding goals to it. I mean, the goal was, the first one was get out and play, then get on big shows or get bigger shows. I mean, definitely Kissing Candace and Loca and Terror Universal. Oh, the Bunny the Bear, they were all really cool. Now it's get out and actually try to record something professional. And we were going to, but we did just lose 2 members. So we had our guitar player, one of our guitar players, switch over to bass, and we're looking for another singer right now. But that's, the goal right now is definitely like record and get something better out there and see what we can go from there. That's it's always a game. It's trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Who's your target audience when you perform? When you put out music? Everyone?
If you limit yourself to only like people that just listen to Visual K or listen to death metal, or just any generic metalcore sound, we would be doing ourselves a disservice, and we would be doing things wrong, because like everyone, I feel like there's a little bit of something hopefully for everyone, because everyone in this band listens to different things, and it really, especially now, comes through with Dylan, who's also known as Sid on stage. He listens to like a lot of 90s metal, like new metal. He's really gay for Metallica, which drives me up a wall, but
they're overrated, right?
yeah. Jay Black, our new bass player, I should say. He listens to just some of the goofiest death metal. It's all stupid, but I mean, but he listens to like a lot of classical music, like I do too, and then Jackson, our singer, he listens to death metal. Like he's pop punk and death metal is his thing. So it's a really weird combo, but yeah. I feel, to get back to the question, I feel that there's a little bit of everything for everyone, because we don't just do like metalcore, we don't just do death metal, we don't just do just metal, we try to add a little bit of everything in there, and sometimes it makes it a little bit hard, I think, for people to get into it, because one song will sound so drastically different from the other when we play it, when we play live. But I think those are some of the best concerts, in my opinion.
Yeah, because everyone gets a little bit of everything. You can't just fit into one genre of metal.
Well, we're not going to start rapping either, so.
Oh, yeah. You won't get any sins of man. Alright, so now we're on the song topics. Get yourself that shout out. Where can we get your music? And tell me about the singles you just released.
Well, we actually have 4 songs out, but the OG demo is with Jay Black on vocals, and actually Jackson doing clean singing and playing bass. So it just shows how long ago that was. That's on Bandcamp. The new single with our now ex-singer Moon was recorded with Andrew from Server's Reputation. They're another local band. They're really cool dudes for the most part. It was a pain in some respects, because having to, like, again, no disrespect to Andrew, but when we had to do, or when you're in an apartment and you're doing, and it sounds, the guitars sound awesome. It was just hastily done. We needed something out there, and also because we didn't know how long this lineup would last because of people, how things go. And we had to do it on an electronic drum set, and it kind of changed the way I played. It's when a drummer has to change his setup or has to do it on someone else's, it's like riding a new bike. It feels like a tank. But the songs are available on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, you name it.
Also YouTube, and also what is probably on the halt right now is the makes of a music video. You guys released a demo for it, but now that you're looking for a new singer? Do you have a date set or
No.
time frame? Not even close?
No. Actually, the funny story about all that is we were gonna do a video for Omoide, and that was the main song, and it didn't come out the way we wanted, but I mean that's just us being perfectionists. But it was also hastily done because of people's schedules. So we decided, well, we should do a video anyway. We'll do it for Ashes, which is the song we always open with. That's actually the second time we've recorded it. So, but yeah, it got put on hold. Originally, we were gonna finish it, and then we were gonna take a week to do it, and then it turned into shows instead. We ended up doing shows, and I felt it was better to put it on hold and not waste time.
What's your favorite out of the two, or do you pick a favorites between your songs?
I guess Omoide. That's a song that's personal for me. I wrote the lyrics. It's I mean, but all the songs are really cool. I mean, it's like trying to pick a favorite child, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying I have a child, but
Whoa,
it's like
secrets coming out.
Yeah. But it's there's always that one song that's like the redheaded stepchild. You just don't really dig too much. But
shots at redheads.
yeah. But I guess Omoide is my favorite song. It means a lot. I mean, considering the subject matter of the song, and it was like the first slow song we did, and it wasn't intentionally done that way, but I wrote the lyrics, and I sent them to Sid, and he's like, well, dude, that's he said it was like really moving, so we just went from there, and we were gonna actually do it at the Bunny the Bear show back last November, but we couldn't get it done.
How long does it usually take you to write a song, or what's your creative writing process?
To be honest, usually it comes down to me and Sid doing the instruments. All I can play is drums. I can write lyrics, no problem, but that sounded ignorant. But no, I mean, like, I usually write lyrics. Sid writes lyrics. Jackson writes lyrics. In fact, everyone in the band writes lyrics. Whether it goes into the song or not, that's just if we feel that it fits, and that's just kind of a unanimous decision as a band. Yeah, me and Sid write the drums and guitars, and bass player will add it from there, and then Ryan, he pukes all over it and just makes mouth noises. Yeah.
That thing you call singing. Do you have any memories or anything you want to share about the band that you have, or what you guys do at practice?
Well, I mean, there's some really goofy that happens at practice or even at shows. There was, I'll tell two stories because these are really funny, and they all involve Ryan and Dylan.
Of course, Ryan.
Yep.
Of course, Ryan.
Yep. Ryan had, as we call him in the band, Jackson. He skates. He lives by that motto, skate or die. And he just got back from skating when he went to do practice, and his jeans were ripped right in the crotch area. And what happened was he went to go, he moves around a lot at practice. That's kind of what we do to would do to practice, like our stage moves, so that way we can get comfortable with them when we play certain parts. And Ryan went and bent down because he was still playing guitar at the time, and just ripped his pants. And so then what he did, he bent down, showed his ass to everyone, and just ripped his jeans even more. And he did the SpongeBob line. And then there was another one where we played, I think it was, I'm trying to remember it. Oh, it was for the Keychain and Justin Cymbal show we did at Sunshine Studios back in May. We went and played, we played our song Slut. That's our death metal song. and Sid went to go do the breakdown because, as he said, it's a nasty breakdown, and he got really low for the song, and
Oh.
and I watched it happen. He hit his guitar hit the ground, and then it bounced back up and hit him in the nuts.
Oh my god.
That was really funny. I almost kind of lost it right there when we were playing it, but it was funny. That was one of those moments.
Yeah. So far, okay, this year you have played many shows that I have attended, and they were all by sort of big names, and you guys are getting up there. Do you have a favorite other than the Loca? Yeah. Pick.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, I took the best option.
I know you did.
Yeah. It's the smallest stage out of all of them.
Oh, we've played smaller than that.
Well, this year.
Yeah, that was
sir.
probably one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Man, one of the best. Terror Universal is pretty cool. Because that band that we seem to get lumped in with bands that do makeup or wear masks. I mean, we try not to, but that was a really fun show. I mean, my dad showed me that band a couple years back, and they're actually about to put out their album finally, and it's, I'm excited for it. But they were really cool, and we went backstage after we got done playing, and they said they really liked our set, and they, nothing but compliments,
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing is when you go and do shows with bands, to get compliments from them, whether they mean it or not is their own thing, but it makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always nice to hear. And so we mentioned earlier, but I would like to talk about it again. You are also the support drummer for 7 Days Lost, which is your father's band.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Like, that to everyone else that might sound a bit strange, you also play in your dad's band, not only your own.
Yeah, it's ever since I could actually keep a beat on the drums, he would just run inside the garage and he'd just start playing. All right, I guess I practice then. But no, it's fun. I mean, playing in 7 Days Lost is a whole different style drum-wise. For me, I have to completely change in a lot of ways how I play. It's more rock, but it's like rock drums, not metal, where it's just kick drum 1,000 miles an hour. But it's good experience though. I mean, because they've been out on tour. They've done shows with Korn. They opened for Marilyn Manson.
What?
Yeah, they did.
You did not tell me.
That was at the Wisconsin Rock Fest last year. And what else?
So a lot of big names then. So they've had some experience.
Yeah, plenty. We actually just did one. Was it Saturday? Oh, it was last Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I didn't have to take time off work for that one.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, it was cool. We actually did a show at Dollskin. Teenage punk rock girl band, and they were all really cool. And then One Eyed Doll, really trippy person, but she's really nice. The girl's name is Kimberly, and she was really nice. She sat down and talked to everyone at the venue, so that was definitely something to kind of take away from that. But it was cool. I mean,
yeah.
But again, it was like having to, change my style as a drummer. Yeah. I might as well not even have taken my double bass pedal.
Yeah. So when you are performing, what emotions do you have compared to the two different bands? Like, does your stage performance change at all, other than the style of drumming?
Yeah. When I'm with my band, when I'm with Sins of Man, really the emotion depends on the song. It wasn't like that when I first started, but because you'd be nervous and going on autopilot mode the entire time.
Yeah.
When you get songs now that actually they start to mean something to you, and especially you're trying to play a character basically. Because when we're in normal life, I don't walk around with this on.
Why not? It's great.
Yeah, well, it's a pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
it's fun. But I mean, like it's doing a character. Like I know, like when Ryan wrote Slut, so that was about his ex-girlfriend, and it relates to any ex-girlfriend or if we get a girl in the band again, boyfriend. But you can see like his emotion. I've noticed it flips. Like when he's happy, when he announces it, he's funny.
Yeah.
When the song kicks in, you can see. I know when he's pissed off, and I could see it because it the person it's about you really kind of fuck with him, and you with everyone else in the band.
Yeah, and you can really tell his emotion when he plays, when he gets down for the breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
When he breaks down, I think
When
it's
he
hilarious.
breaks down.
Oh my God.
When we play Omoide, I get it takes me right back to how I felt when I wrote it. With 7 Days Lost, it's more fun.
Yeah.
That sounds bad to say. It's more like
a break.
Yeah,
Almost.
it's more just like straight like, okay, I don't need to be the character I made up for my band. I can just be I still wear makeup, I still do all that stuff. But it's like I can just I can pretend I'm Motley Crue on stage,
Motley Crue. Out of all the band names, you could have just dropped. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to Motley Crue.
Shout out to them.
Broke up though.
It's okay. Anyway, any final thoughts you would like to give out, or any advice you'd like to give to the high schoolers watching?
Well.
Don't make bad decisions. You'll turn.
Yeah, don't join a band.
Don't join.
Support the local bands. Seriously, if you have a friend in high school that's going to start a band, or that's wanting to start a band, support him.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that pisses me off with a lot of people that I went to school with. They wouldn't give me the time of day, and now that they see me doing all this stuff, then they want to hang out and be my friend. It's like, you didn't want anything to do with me in high school, so what do you want now? But whatever, that's getting a little personal. But
yeah, okay.
But yeah, no, always support your friends. Support your friends that want to do bands, especially. The scene here is gonna die because it's boring out here.
That's all I have for the questions. You could catch Sins of Man next at the Hanging Tree, and they have shows coming up with Davey Suicide in December 6th. So be there to see all that fun stuff.